Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Aslan Speaks. I know I haven't posted in a while. It takes a lot of thought and creativity to come up with videos, and I only try to do my best to make something when I feel most inspired or most creative. I thank you guys who do follow me, or if you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. My mission for creating this channel is solely to help others become the best version of you. Become your greatest self. I don't hold all the answers, and I don't know all the right answers to everything. I'm just a humble human being trying his best to figure out his way through life, and how I figure out my way through life is by trying to become the best version of myself. Learning self-mastery, educating myself, learning about things that weren't taught to us in schools. Knowledge is power, my friends. So, welcome to Aslan Speaks. This is going to be about 11 keys to spiritual mastery. And it doesn't matter what religion you are. You can apply these keys or laws or whatever you want to call them to any situation in your life. It's mainly to help you better your life, guys. So I wrote something, and then also a freestyle as well. And guys, please like and share and subscribe. If you have any questions, please write a comment. Maybe if you want me to do a video on a certain topic, please write. I'll try my best to read whatever you guys write. So what is spirituality, right? Well, spirituality could be known as compassion, enlightenment, karma, joy, inner peace, forgiveness. Forgiveness is a big one, guys. Awakening to one's higher self, one's higher calling, one's true purpose in life. Mine, through the years, as I discovered, I enjoy sharing wisdom and knowledge. I like giving people information that can possibly help them change their lives, if implemented. Often people tell you stuff and you're like, oh, that's a great idea, but you don't implement it. Implementation meaning taking action. If you want your life to change, if you want you to be a better person, you have to take action. So if you're always in toxic environments or in negative situations, or if your life is not fully happy, there's something off, then you have to do something about it. And you guys know what you need to know. Like, I can sit here and tell you to do this and that, but you already know. Your soul screams at you all the time. Hey, you need to stop talking to this person, or hey, you gotta stop doing this bad behavior, or you need to start pursuing your dreams and goals more. Your soul already tells you, listen to your soul, my friends. It's important. That's why I do what I do, is because I listen to my soul. I listen to my intuition. Spirit, the principle of conscious life, the vital principle in humans animating the body or meditating between the body and the soul. The non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of the emotions and character, the soul. So areas of spirituality. So what are the areas of spirituality? Purpose, direction. So you got, when you seek spirituality, or if you're a Christian or Buddhist, whatever it may be, you seek your purpose, you seek direction. And You can find your purpose and you can find your direction by listening to your intuition. Oneness, love, connection, growth, answers/truth, happiness, peace, overcoming suffering, transcendence, enlightenment, exploration, mystery, service to others. Spirit deals with all that is seen and unseen, and as is the existing life force within all things. So the soul or spirit is the life force that animates your body. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have a soul. You first come into this world as a soul. A pure heart and open mind are all that is needed to start exploring your spiritual side. The heart is the messenger of the spirit. I repeat that the heart is the messenger of the spirit. So your intuition, your heart should be the driving force behind what you do in life. By connecting with your heart, you connect with spirit. And I'm going to go on a brief tangent here. So behind me is the chakra system, right? Most people, in my opinion, are operating in the root chakra, right here, the root chakra, and that deals with survival and basic needs, the fight or flight reflexes. And that's, in my opinion, that most society, because they don't know any better, we're kept in a lower vibrational state in that lower root chakra, that fight or flight survival mode, that lust, that greed, the lower nature mode. And that keeps you in a lower vibration, and you are a magnetic being and you attract to you. So if you're in a lower vibrational state, in that survival fear mode, then that's what you'll attract to you. And think about it, most human beings, especially in America, are in that survival fight or flight mode. They wake up, hit that alarm clock, they drink their coffee, go to work. They do the 40 hours a week, and then they get 1 or 2 days rest, and they repeat the cycle, because all they're worrying about is, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to feed my children? How am I going to make my car payment? How am I going to make my house payment? Constantly in survival mode. And then they're all like, how am I going to save up enough to maybe buy an extra car or buy me some new shoes or clothes? It's always fight or flight, survival, lower vibrational state. And my message about that is the key is to get to the heart chakra, or even the other chakras, to be in that state of the heart, love, the love frequency, making heart-based decisions, letting your heart, instead of being in a fight or flight mode or fear-based thinking or lower vibrational state, you want to be in a heart-based or higher vibrational state, so all your thoughts and actions come from not the root chakra, from the heart chakra. So, and when you're able to do that, your life will start changing better and better, because you're guided by your heart. You're guided by your more authentic self, your higher self. So when you're dealing with people, instead of being on a fear-based thinking or the lower root vibrational thinking of, like, when you interact with somebody, like, oh, I had to get one over on them because I'm in survival mode, you'll go to a heart-based thinking where you're like, I don't have to, I'm just going to love. And so every action, decision is based on heart-based thinking. And that's why, like, I love the mentor Jesus, because, or Yeshua, Benjamin Yosef, they mistranslated his name throughout the years. His real name is Yosef Benjamin, well, I messed it up. Anyway, but he conquered the known world at that time through his heart. He resonated at a higher vibrational frequency. Everything he spoke was heart-based. And that's also how you could tell if someone's authentic, because you could hear the vibration behind their words. You could probably tell the vibration or the frequency or how I speak to you guys. That's how you could tell. So Jesus conquered, and he went around through his heart chakra, high vibrational frequency. He spoke from the heart. And that's the goal, guys, to connect with your heart. If you feel like your heart's blocked off or you can't connect to that, it's time to do the inner healing. So earlier it says, the heart is the messenger of the spirit. By connecting with your heart, you connect with your spirit. You connect with your higher self, self-mastery. In order to connect with your spirit, you must be willing to listen to the spirit. Often we get those spurts, I call it intuition, or your higher self speaking to you. You get that download or that gut punch saying, hey, you need to do this. But we listen to it for 30 seconds, then we block it out and we continue to watch Netflix, play that video game, swipe on our phone, see how many followers we have on Instagram or Facebook, and we get lost in the matrix. You gotta stop what you're doing when you get those moments of inspiration or those powerful thoughts that come within you that help direct you into your life, because that's your spirit or your higher self saying, hey, you need to do this, and if you do this, your life will get better. And when you start listening to that inner voice more and more, your life will start to change. That's what I do, guys. That's what helps me create this stuff. Is because I was sitting there drinking my coffee, and I sit there, and every morning I sit and I do my prayers. I go outside and I drink my cup of coffee, and I just sit in silence and I just think, and I see what comes to me. And that's what, and what inspirations come to me. Sometimes I don't get any inspirations, but when I do, I listen to them. That's what makes me create this video. So in order to connect with your spirit, you must be willing to listen. Put down that tablet. Stop chasing the material world. All of us are out there, we're programmed to chase the materialism of this world. Stop looking outward, you gotta start looking within. So listen to your spirit. Your soul communicates with you in subtle and bold ways. By getting in touch with your soul, you can live life with inner peace. Do you want to find inner peace? Guys, I'm pretty much good at with my life. Like, I do have pretty much really good inner peace. And it just takes years of self-mastery, educating myself, learning to heal aspects of myself that weren't the best. So you can live in life with inner peace, love, purpose, and empowerment. Do you want purpose? Do you want love? Do you want empowerment? Well, I suggest, guys, it's time to change your life. Start implementing some of the things that I teach. Here are the 11 keys you can use on your path to spiritual mastery. Number 1, build self-awareness. So you hear the term consciousness. That's a conscious being. That person's unconscious. What is consciousness? It simply is awareness. You gotta go from the root chakra awareness to the heart chakra awareness, or even all the way to the crown chakra awareness, to expand your awareness, expand your perception. Because your perception of this world drastically affects your life. Self-awareness is the starting point on your spiritual path. By knowing who you are, who you're not, and who you can become, you can achieve self-awareness. Do you know who you truly are? Do you truly know who you're not? And do you know what you want to become? Those are questions you got to ponder, guys. Self-awareness is one of the 3 steps to spiritual mastery. Expanding your consciousness. And often in metaphysics or in Christianity, they talk about Christ consciousness. Why was Jesus so powerful? He achieved Christ consciousness, higher states of awareness, self-mastery. Awareness is the most exciting step because you get to explore and discover who you are. Don't you want to explore? A lot of people, they just are on autopilot in life. Are you on autopilot in life, guys? It is nice when you start to grow, and then when you start adding certain implementations of spiritual knowledge or self-mastery knowledge, you start to change your life and it starts to become way better, guys. So know yourself, know your worth. Know yourself and know your worth. Step 2, or key number 2, check your ego. And if you guys want to learn more about the ego and how to defeat it, in my book Hidden Knowledge, Gain Wisdom, I have a chapter called Gnosis, and it's all about mastering the ego. Spiritual mastery requires that you keep your ego in check in order to gain higher levels of consciousness. The ego needs to be checked in order for you to be able to see reality as it is, and not what your ego wants it to be. The lower aspects of your ego is based in illusion and deception, the opposite of self-awareness, which is based in truth. Control your ego by consciously practicing humility, self-honesty, and stepping outside your comfort zone. Guys, the ego is one of the root of all your problems. So the ego can be stemmed as lust, greed. I always tell the ego is the 7 deadly sins. And your goal is to be coming from the heart-based thinking, or your higher self, your Christ consciousness. Every thought, action, and deed comes from a higher state of beingness, a higher state of awareness and perception. When you act, when your ego takes control of you, let's say it be in lust, then you're controlled by that lust, that ego of lust. And maybe you cheat on a partner. Maybe you flirt with 20 other people and you play mind games with all of them. And then you end up hurting all of them. And there's a law of karma. When you hurt other people, you get hurt. And maybe that's why you have horrible relationships. You have to come from a heart-based center, your higher self center. When you're in a heart-based center, you're like, I will not talk to 20 people because I know about the law of karma. And I do not want to inflict more damage onto myself. So therefore, if I pursue a relationship, it'll be a heart-based relationship. A heart-based decision, heart-based action is you do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So check your ego. The best way is when you start practicing self-mastery, spiritual mastery, is before you do an action or deed, is like, where am I coming from? What was the root cause of thought behind my actions? Is it lust or is it love? Is it heart-based or is it my lower nature-based? So check your ego. It's very important, guys. Key number 3, expression of yourself. Your soul's greatest desire is self-expression. Find positive outlets to express the thoughts, feelings of your heart, mind, body, and spirit. In order to express yourself, you have to know yourself. Do you know yourself? In my book, I just mentioned that chapter, Gnosis. Gnosis means know thyself. Do you truly know yourself? Do you truly express yourself in a positive way? I express myself through doing these videos, or my little podcasts, or my Instagram posts, or my TikToks. I express who I am. And I don't hide from who I am. I don't care if people look at me and like, oh, he's wishy-washy with spiritual nonsense. I don't care if I'm judged. I don't care if I'm disliked. I choose to be me. I am that I am. I let my character, I let my soul speak for itself. And those who bless to know me know that I'm an authentic being. I choose to be authentic. So key number 3, express yourself. You know, you can express yourself through music, art, doing something creative, or doing a kind actions, or doing something nice for other people. So, like, you could do poetry, writing, love letters, music, drawing, writing, creating, podcasts, videos, teachings, exercise, yoga, power poses, dance, meditation, prayer, chants. Go out in nature and start creating. Key number 4. Define yourself and affirm who you are. Define yourself and affirm who you are. Spiritual masters know the truth of who they are. Through the practice of self-definition and self-declaration. When you know who you are, no one can tell you who you are. So if you know your truth, no one else can tell you what your truth is. If you don't define yourself in your life, someone else will. If you don't define yourself in your life, someone else will. In society nowadays, tons of people whisper behind your back. Unless you got really good people, which, some of us don't have that and some of us do. They define you. Don't let others define you. Therefore, it's just your responsibility to practice free thinking and to create your own definition of your life. Guys, in this world, we are manipulated constantly to what we think we should be. We should be that Kim Kardashian of this world. We should be like that rapper with a gold chain and a fancy car and a big house. You're not defined by a giant bank account. You're not defined if you got plastic surgery or you look like a model. If that's what resonates with you, then that's fine. I'm not judging. If that's what you're seeking in life, that is fine. Me, I'm okay with what I have already. I've already accomplished a lot. So, if you don't define yourself and in your life, someone else will. Key number 5. Gain clarity. Gain clarity. And that starts with that awareness. You start expanding your consciousness and your awareness. And then when you start to hone in on that thought or idea or that feeling or emotion that's stirred up in you, you gain that clarity. In order for you to connect with your spirit, your sense must be clear in order to receive the knowledge and guidance. I like to talk to us as you guys are like, we are electrical. Our beingness is proven through science that we are electrical beings. And our mind sends out brain waves that can be measured. And and people can send other brain waves. You are like an antenna. The problem is we are not clear inside. You got to clear up all that muck within you to find the clarity. If you can't differentiate or know the difference between your higher thought, your higher feeling, and your ego mind, then your ego, that lust and greed or gluttony or anger, will always constantly interfere with your higher self, and you don't know which to go. You gotta learn the difference between which and both. Which is which. And how you can do that is, what is the highest feeling? Because the feeling is the power. The electrical charge. If it's a high feeling, happiness, joy, that's a high frequency. Lust, greed, anger is a lower frequency, lower emotion. And you can tell, like, this thought, this action, this emotion is making me feel like crap. Then that's probably a negative vibration or negative action or thought that you're doing. You got to change it to a positive. You have to gain clarity. You got to clear out the muck within. Heal that emotional trauma, those emotional wounds. Clear up the programs that no longer serve you. When I talk about programs, it's the way, like, you grew up watching a certain Netflix show and it taught you to be manipulative and lying or whatever to get ahead in life. And you got to realize that's a program. And then you're like, hey, from watching that and taking it into my beingness, that program, it makes me manipulate and lie to other people. So you gotta learn, well, maybe that's not a good program to have in my beingness. And you gotta slowly remove that out of your beingness and choose not to manipulate, choose not to lie, choose to be always upfront and honest. And guys, I've done this soul work. I grew up with the mentality of being a gangster, being a thug. And guess where it got me? A lot of trouble in life. And then I had to learn that was just programming I grew up listening to, like those rappers, that music, or those movies. And I took that persona and those aspects and I'm like, oh, I thought that was cool, or I put it inside me. And then I emulated that into my life. And then through expanding my consciousness and awareness and gaining clarity, I realized that wasn't good to my highest nature, my highest self, my true self. So I removed those aspects of me and replaced them with better qualities and better aspects to gain clarity. So in order for you to connect with your spirit, your senses must be clear in order to receive the knowledge and guidance. Through clarity, you have the ability to make decisions that are more grounded and empowering, that are in alignment with your spirit. You want to make decisions that are aligned with your higher self or your spirit. Stillness is the gateway to clarity, guys. How did I do this? Through meditation. Lots and lots of meditation. I recommend it. You may not like it, but keep doing it. After you do something for 2 weeks, it becomes a habit. And there's lots of guided meditations on YouTube if you don't know where to start. Type in guided meditation for beginners. Throw on that headset and do it. And just do it. Don't say, I'm thinking about doing it. Just go ahead and take that action and start meditating. It'll change your guys' life. Add that practice. Get a notebook out. Write all the negative aspects of your life and write all the positive ones. And then write on when you do the negative, like, I don't like this aspect of myself. I will choose to replace this aspect. Let's say you choose, this is just hypothetical, guys, but if you lie, manipulate, or you use people, say, I no longer want to use people. If you in your life you abandon people, say, I no longer will abandon people, and I'll stick around and work through the connection that I share with that person. Or if you have, just write all the negative aspects and then write what you're going to do to change that. Inner reflection, guys. Key number 6. Practice solitude. A master knows in solitude they can connect with themselves. While in solitude, a master listens to their heart, mind, body, and spirit. My solitude is I wake up, I go sit by my pool, and I drink a cup of coffee. I sit in that half an hour to an hour of reflection. Sometimes I meditate. I don't always go out and party. I like being a hermit sometimes, and I spend a couple days to myself. And that's when your mind will be clear. You don't have friends or family members bombarding you, and then you can't figure out who you are. So practice solitude. It's healthy. Go sit, put your back against a tree, go to the ocean, sit with yourself. So practice being alone from time to time. Give yourself 5 to 15 minutes of undistracted time every day to reflect and think. Stimulation needs to be balanced with stillness. I love that. Stimulation needs to be balanced with stillness. Nature's calming, grounding, and energizing qualities make it a great settling for self-reflection. Ideas for reflection: mind, body, and spirits. Lessons learned: relationship, careers, daily activities, health routines, dreams, and goals. So what do you reflect on when you're in solitude? Reflect on your mind. Reflect on your body. Reflect on your spirit. Reflect on those life lessons, those painful moments. You can't heal from them if you just shove them deep down and don't reflect on them. Reflect on those relationships. Reflect on the ones that got away and why they got away. Reflect on your career. Reflect on the daily activities, your health routines. What are you doing to make sure you're living a healthy life? Reflect on your dreams. Reflect on your goals. Are you pursuing your goals? Are you doing stuff to actively pursue your dreams? Here's a good quote from Nikola Tesla. The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influence beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. Nikola Tesla was one of the greatest inventors in the world. He would sit alone from what I read about him, he would seclude himself in solitude and he would get like what they call downloads or inspirational thoughts, those gut punches of ideas and inspiration. We all get it, but we don't listen to it. You gotta listen to it. Key number 7, become an alchemist. In my second book, Hidden Knowledge, Gained Insight, there's a chapter about the 4 stages of consciousness, and one of the stages is becoming the magician of your life. An alchemist, magician, it's the same thing. A master is an alchemist of their heart, mind, body, and spirit. So you are the magician, you're the alchemist. You can change the heart, mind, body, and spirit. You're in control. And when you're in control, then you can start manifesting and creating your life. You can take control of your life. In order to understand your spirit, you must understand the energy. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all energetic in nature. By understanding how energy works, you can shift your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So this is what I do, guys. I understand that my thoughts, emotions, and actions create my reality. I can lash out in anger in somebody and causing a reaction to somebody, and they can lash out in anger with me, right? And I know that through self-mastery. So I could choose, if I lash out in anger in this person, then I'm going to cause them to get upset or hurt them, or they might even act violently towards me. But I could choose through self-control, through self-energy mastery, instead of lashing out in anger, I'm going to be like, I'm going to speak with love. Even if they upset me or hurt me, speak with love. And the whole situation will change. That is self-mastery. That is the magician. It's powerful stuff once you start to learn this. And your life will get better and better. Emotions, or energy emotions. That's the part of you, when you let your anger take root in you, in your root chakra, your fight or flight, you're in a lower vibrational state, and you tend to do stuff that is harmful in a lower frequency or in a negative action. But when you choose to, even if you're upset, you're like, oh, I'm feeling anger. I'm upset, I'm hurt. Wait, why is that? But instead of letting that dictate and control me, I'm going to choose to control that and transmute it as an alchemist into love, or in a positive direction. And by doing that, you'll change your life. When you start becoming an alchemist and controlling your thoughts. I have, in my books, guys, in my first book, Thoughts Create Your Reality, I have a chapter all about controlling the thought. I try my best to be aware, self-conscious, or I have awareness of my thoughts or thinking at all times, or at least I try. So before I speak, I filter what I say. Before I think, I filter what I'm thinking. I recognize, is this a negative thought? And if that's why someone has so much anxiety and depression, because they're letting those negative thoughts and emotions take reign in their life and in their mind, and going over and over, and then just getting lower and lower and lower. I, as an alchemist or a magician, recognize, oh, I'm having a depressive thought. I'm having an anxiety thought. I'm having a fear-based thinking. I'm feeling hurt. Whatever, that lower vibrational thought, and I recognize it. I'm like, nope. I label it. I'm like, this is just a fear-based thought. I will not let it dictate or control my actions in a negative way. And I kick it out of my mind, and I replace it through alchemy to transmute the negativity into positivity. I'm like, I'm no longer in fear. I recognize that thought as fear, but I choose to move forward in this job, career, or whatever it's called, that thought, and I move forward in positivity. I choose to face the storm, and then, guys, trust me. So master your thoughts, emotions, and actions, because you can know about thoughts create. You can think it all the day long, but if you don't master the action, or putting the energy behind that action to create it in your life, then nothing will happen. You want that new car? You can't just sit there and dream about it all the time. You gotta go get a part-time job or whatever and start saving up those pennies. That's the action. Key number 8. You ready for this one? Energize yourself. Energize yourself. In order to live out the purpose and vision of your spirit, you must be able to energize yourself by learning energetic principles that govern the universe. You will be able to harness energy to empower yourself and others. So basically, like energy work, think about it, guys. Your body's like a battery. If you're negative, like you're always drained, you don't have the energy, then you're not going to have the energy or motivation to do other stuff. If you keep yourself in a lower vibrational state, in that survival, lower chakra based, you're not going to feel creative. You're not going to do anything inspiration because you barely have enough energy to keep it going in your life. You got to learn, like for me, how do I energize myself? Well, 1, solitude. 2, stop letting other people siphon my energy vampirism. I go out and I put my feet on the earth. I sit out in the sun. I suntan. I meditate. I charge my battery. And that's like what meditation can do for you. Is this, you got your electrical being, and you got certain electrical centers in your body. And if you could charge them through meditation, eating. Also, what affects your electrical system is your thoughts. If you're always dwelling in negativity or lower vibrational emotions, anger, lust, and stuff, that siphons so much energy out of you. So master your energy. Your soul is like basically a power. I don't know, because look at the ancient Indies, like they awaken the Kundalini, the energy within. Key number 9, heal. Heal thyself, guys. Do the inner work. A light heart is a strong heart. Therefore, you need to heal any physical, emotional, or spiritual pain holding you back from being your greatest self. Masters know how to heal themselves. You guys gotta learn to do the inner healing. Some of that healing is also learning to forgiveness. Even if someone did you dirty, and I've had that happen to me in my life, where people, I poured out my heart and was giving and giving and giving, and they abandoned me. They just took, and they didn't care that if they burnt the bridge. And yeah, it was painful to go through, but I learned, you know what? I still love them and forgive them. And it's hard, but self-mastery, you gotta get to that point. I choose to be positive at every moment. I don't dwell on that. I can sit there and be like, oh, they did this, and this. That's negativity. That's a lower vibrational state. I choose not to let that get in my way. And so one of the best ways to heal thyself is pain. Pain is a way that it's like your body's hurt. And there's emotional pain, and there's physical pain. And it's often some emotional traumas and scarring in your life manifest themselves as physical pain. And if you can learn to heal that emotional trauma, some of that physical ailments may go away. So learn to heal thyself. Key number 10, self-reflect. Self-reflection is time you can spend checking in with yourself to see if you're balanced. Check-ins can be performed daily, weekly, depending on the area of the check-in. So self-reflection. So I talked about earlier about pulling out that notebook. So we are energy beings, and when we are in disharmony or out of balance with ourselves, it manifests as things not going our way in life. Maybe it's relationships problems, maybe it's family problems, maybe it's career problems. You're not in balance within yourself. So take time to reflect, like what aspects of my life can I improve on? It's all up to you guys, but self-reflect. Also, they talk about like the law of one material. The outer world is a reflection of you. So you are a mirror. And a lot of unhealed aspects in you will be reflected upon you, back to you, through you. So, and reflect, guys. So practice checking in with yourself daily. Become your own intuitive doctor. Your intuition knows, guys. Your soul knows, it tells you. You just gotta listen. Lastly, key number 11, feed your soul. Feed your soul. A spiritual master knows their soul is internal and therefore nurtures and listens to their soul. Your soul becomes fed when you satisfy its truth and desire. The desires of your soul are always pure and internal. They are impressions, purpose, and empowerment. Feed your soul by listening to your soul, guys. I do what I do because I listen to my soul. I am who I am because I listen to my soul. I listen to my heart, and I try to I don't listen to my lower nature. I have self-discipline, and it took me many years. I learned to stop doing a lot of the bad habits that I did in my teenage years and my early 20s. And am I perfect? No. But I always try to look at the glass half full than half empty. And every day I try my best to do inner work or try to be my best version of myself, guys. I try to show up every day, and every thought, every action that I do, I try my best to show up and be the best version of myself, meaning from the heart base, when I interact with people, it's heart-based. I don't speak negatively to people. Even when there's people that come and trigger me and push my buttons, and my older self would be like, start lashing out with them with words. Now I learn to control my tongue. Do not speak ill of others, because your words are powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. So don't think badly of people, even if they caused it. Move on. And guys, yes, I have days where I fall short. I'm human. But it's up to you. I encourage you guys, and take what resonates in this message to you guys and leave what doesn't resonate. There's some things that you're not ready to hear, and then there's things that you are ready to hear. Most people, if they're not ready or not consciously awake to understand what I'm saying in this message, they'll listen to it for 2 to 3 minutes and then turn it off. But those who listen to the end, they probably are consciously or done enough soul work to comprehend this message. We can all be lighthouses, beacons of light to help eliminate the darkness of this world. And you have the law of duality, light and dark, good and bad, happy, angry. You can't have the lower root chakra, lower vibrational center without the higher center of the crown chakra. Find clarity. Expand your awareness. Feed your soul. You can feed your soul by, for me, I feed it by knowledge. I consume knowledge and I implement that knowledge. Self-mastery also talks about working on thyself. Instead of focusing on the world, take time to work on yourself and implement it. Know how powerful you are. And the coolest thing is when you become more positive in nature and vibration, you'll realize you attract more positive people, and you attract more positive situations in your life. I wish you guys the best. Like, share, and subscribe. And I hope this video was helpful. I really do. Thank you guys. And if you want to support me, check out my books, Hidden Knowledge, Gain Wisdom, Hidden Knowledge, Gain Insight, and Hidden Knowledge, Path to the Divine, and you can find them on Amazon. I wish you guys the best. And lastly, I want to leave it with a message of hope. What can you do? Maybe I encourage you guys to do something for somebody else in their lives. Be a helping hand to somebody else. What can you do to make someone else's life better? Not just your own. That's the problem in the society, is that we focus on me. You know, the greatest gift is by giving to others, you in turn receive. God bless you guys.